I'm Ivy.
I'm Rachel, and we are Swords and Sapphics, a podcast all about representation, queer media, women with a capital W, and a little bit of nonsense.
So start sharpening your swords, sip your tea, and join us as we obsess over the wonderful beings that are women. Hello.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here.
A fancy meeting you here. Um, what are we doing here? Stuck in each other's screens today.
Well, I guess we can talk about our little writing event coming up. Well, by the
Little.
time this comes out, it will be happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing little about it.
No, there's certainly not. It's been work, but we love it
Yeah.
sometimes.
So before we get to that, what are you enjoying lately?
Well, I've been going through a lot. I've been rewatching a lot of things. Vampire Diaries.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of that I'm rewatching now.
New girl.
New Girl, yeah. And I'm still in my Walking Dead era. But I'm coming out of it a little bit because I know Rick's about to leave, and he kind of did me dirty last season. He could have killed Negan, and then suddenly he decided that he wasn't gonna, and Maggie was naturally devastated because
Hmm.
her husband was bludgeoned by Lucille the bat.
It has a name.
Yeah, he named it
Oh.
after his wife.
Oh, you know what? That is a goal, isn't it, though?
Yeah, and it's wrapped in barbed wire, so it really packs a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I'm not sure where it's going, and I've heard that it doesn't get much better.
Mm.
Because I know that Rick and Michonne are gonna leave soon, which is sad.
Doesn't everything usually goes downhill after like specific season, doesn't it? Like
Yeah, I
the
think
minute they
this
don't
is,
know what to do with it, they're gonna just run wild.
yeah. There was a time jump, and I believe there'll be another one soon.
Mm.
But I'm looking forward to the spin-off shows. They all look pretty good. Last night I watched Plane with Gerard Butler. My man's.
Yeah. Wait,
That
was he
was
on a plane?
he was a captain of a plane.
Mm.
He was a pilot. He said, "My passengers, my responsibility."
Oh, well.
Yeah. It wasn't great though. I mean, I can't imagine it's great representation because they landed on a ungoverned Philippine island
Oh.
and got caught by the mafia. So it kind of just suggests that the Philippines um is quite something. I don't
Mm.
know. I can't imagine the Philippines would have been too happy with that representation. But yeah, for an action movie, I don't do action movies, but for Gerard Butler, I'll do anything.
Understandable.
Yeah. Um, what else? What else? What else? I don't think I've been watching much else.
Well, we've been watching Trying.
We have been watching
We have
Trying.
only one last episode left coming out. When this episode will actually come out. That's where we're gonna be watching it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not ready for it to end. I'm very sad.
I know. I think it feels right though. I
It
think
does. It does. It really does. But also, like, what now?
I
What
know. I know. I just really love Nikki
bittersweet.
to be
Yeah.
my, but also my mother, but also my wife.
Yeah.
How about you? What else have you been watching?
Oh my gosh, what haven't I been watching? Well, I finally finished Arrow, so you won't hear about that for a while. I finished Arrow. I'm watching Batwoman. I'm watching Legends of Tomorrow. I'm watching Flash, and I'm Supergirl. Supergirl is the last one that I'm saying. Yeah, I'm watching that. Um, I just recently watched the Crisis on the Infinite Earths crossover, which was absolutely phenomenal and great, and I love it. But that also means that soon I'm gonna start rewatching Black Lightning. And now I got a little bit of like few scenes from Gotham, so I'm gonna be rewatching that. Um, yeah, I am who I am. I'm really in my old DC era, and I love it for me. It's
I
very
love
good.
it too.
And I think that's it. I haven't started anything else.
I told a lie because I have also been watching season 3 of The Bear.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little bit underwhelmed
Oh.
so far. The first episode was absolutely unnecessary. Like it was flashbacks of things we already knew about Kami and like so many shots of food. I know I'm watching a show about food, but even I was sick of looking at it by the end.
Mm,
Especially, and it was just like a scallop with a potato crisp on it, and yeah, I got bored of it. And then yeah, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's at the same pace that it was before. Like
mm,
it always has these scenes where nothing particularly happens, it's just chaos.
mm-hmm,
And that's what is part of the charm because it's very funny. Like I sent you the clip
mm-hmm,
where Kami and Richie are just arguing back and forth, and it's very funny. But nothing's happened yet except for arguing, which is it's a brand, it's part of the brand, but at the same time,
mm,
I feel like they left it in a position last season where there was a lot to do, and so far they haven't done it.
yeah.
But Io has directed some of the later episodes, so I'm looking forward to those. They're
I
apparently the
saw,
best ones.
yeah, I saw a tweet today. I think it's the fourth episode and it's the most watched yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Good for her.
And she did one around Tina as well, who's just an absolute queen. Some
Mm.
of the side characters are actually the best characters. Um, but if I worked in that restaurant, I would have killed myself by now. Maybe Mikey made some points when he killed himself because it's fucking honestly, the first time I watched that show, I didn't know if my neurodivergent brain could handle all the shouting and the chaos because there's like not many moments of calm and it's just a lot. It's stressful to watch and it
Yeah.
never really eases up, but you do kind of get into the rhythm of it and it's very
Mm.
funny. There was this really funny scene that I meant to talk to you about actually. It was Fack. You know the guy with the neck tattoos? I think he won some awards for the bear.
Don't know.
Well, anyway, well, he said he would serve one of Kami's food meals, and Kami was like, "You have to pour the broth into the bowls in front of them." So he went out, poured the broth, and then brought it back into the kitchen. He didn't put it on the table.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
autistic of him.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
misunderstood the assignment,
Well,
but it
yeah.
was really fucking funny. It's something that I would do. That's why I don't work in hospitality anymore.
Mm, yeah, I'm not really a good cook, so I mean I don't think I would end um somewhere else with that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's we'll see. I have hope still.
But
Yeah. What have you been reading?
I also think I told a lie because I watched another two things that I didn't talk about, I don't think. Well, I
Uh-huh.
rewatched Ted Lasso recently. I'm not sure I talked about it here, but I mean, it's a banger, 10 out of 10. But I also watched on Apple TV The Completely Made Up Adventures of Dick Turpin.
Oh yeah.
And it's 6 episodes so far, and it was really fucking fun. It was ridiculous, and it reminded me of Gallivant, which is amazing show. I love it. It was just silly, silly fun.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Recommend. Yeah.
Once again, Apple TV are doing
Mm.
the most with their series.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish there was more of it, but it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what have I been reading? Well, I was listening to Queen of Shadows on audiobook. I finished that, and that's really it. That's all. I haven't been reading much.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've been reading a few things. I finished hearing read by Nicole Mesa last weekend, and I was just a fucking mess. It had my good wump in it, where the characters really, really were fighting for their lives, and
Mm.
it was great. Yeah, I want more Sapphic Apocalypse, and I want to write more, and I want to read more, and I want to see more, and I just love it.
Understandable.
My only complaint was that there wasn't a ton of world building. It felt like the author had just put the characters into the Walking Dead world.
Mm.
Like there wasn't much physical description and there wasn't any detail about how the outbreak started or anything. But I don't think it was necessary. The book was 500 pages and it wasn't lacking for anything, but for me, I love a good aesthetic. I love a good apocalypse aesthetic.
Mm.
I love like leaves creeping through concrete and stuff. It's the best.
Good.
Um, and there was this part where they mentioned that you turn when you die,
Mhm.
even if you've not been bit, which is and it was mentioned in that book, and that's a very Walking Dead thing, and I just thought it was strange that it wasn't elaborated on, like if you because it's just taken from another piece of media without really
Mhm.
any exploration. But yeah, I don't know. I can be picky, but it was still a 5-star read for me without a doubt. It was one of my favorite reads this year, and
Good.
yeah, I want more.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I finished Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, which was I actually re loved this one more than Delilah Green.
Mm.
The
And
Sapphic
you
book,
were like you didn't really want to start it for a long time.
I know. I was like, oh, I don't like construction and interior design and
Mhm.
carpentry and stuff. I don't want to read books about a house. And
Yeah.
then I really loved it so much. Jordan is like a soft butch and yeah, and it was just great. And I really loved that Astrid was kind of not perfect. Like she let Jordan give her the credit for the ideas and stuff. And I just loved like the dynamic of how they were in love, but also there was things between them and it wasn't like irreparable things or things that in real life you'd be like, no, this can't happen now. I love flawed characters, you know.
I know, I do.
And it's a I guess it's a toaster oven. She thinks she's straight until she meets Jordan.
Toaster
Um,
oven. What?
yeah, that's where like
Is that
a
a
straight
thing?
a supposedly yeah, it's a trope. It's where a supposedly straight woman is not realizes she isn't straight when she's with the Sapphic love interest.
Why is it called that?
I don't know. Shall we look?
Is it because like the toasts are not straight until they're together? I don't know.
Oh, well, it's more like you turn a straight woman gay, which I don't necessarily believe in.
That's not a thing. Yeah.
I don't
That.
In lesbian terms, a toaster oven is a marker of a gay woman's sexual experience with a straight woman, as in you turn a straight girl, you get a toaster oven. Oh, I don't think it really makes sense. I don't know why it's called toaster oven. If anybody knows why, could you tell us so we can discuss it on another episode? But yeah, I just love it. I just really loved it. It was great. What else? I started reading I Dream of Dancing by Gwen Leonard Leonard Leonard. I want to say Leonard. Gwen Leonard is what I'm going for.
Okay.
Apologies if I pronounced it wrong. And it's very cute. It's like a best friends to lovers. It's a short novella. I think I'm halfway through. Yeah, I'm enjoying it very much. It's just
Good.
very soft and easy to read. Oh, and there's a trans main character as well,
Hmm. Wonderful.
which I didn't know. And they mentioned like feeling their length against them, and I was like, oh, okay. I see what's happening here.
Oh yeah. Which book is it again?
I Dream of Dancing.
Okay. Okay.
I got a little arc, but I think it's
Cute.
out now. How about you? Oh, wait, we've done you.
We've done me. Not
We're
much.
talking about you.
Yeah. Let's move on from me for a minute.
Have you been playing anything?
Well, have I ever? Oh my gosh. So that's quite a journey with it, isn't it?
It
There's
is.
a little game called Little Nightmares. And I really wanted it for a very long time. And I found out there's a bundle of the first one and the second one. So I had on my wish list for ages. And now there was a big summer sale on Nintendo and I got it. And to my shock and surprise, it's actually quite terrifying. It
Yeah.
yeah, so the thing is, I really enjoy it. I'm enjoying it so much. But at the same time, I'm living alone. And because it's summer and mosquitoes wants to live with me, I have to have my lights off. So I can't play it in the evening. I played it for a bit every now and then when Rachel was on a call with me, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do it. And there was a moment where I was so terrified that I had tears in my eyes. I was crying a little bit and then I turned it off. But I kind of want
Okay.
to play it today a little bit during the day. We'll see.
Yeah. I also downloaded it. Um, and it is just very eerie,
Mm,
creepy. I don't really understand the plot.
yeah.
I don't really know where we're at with the plot. I think it's more just vibes than story.
I think you're gonna figure it out. That's why you're supposed to play Six's story first before the child.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can play, there's two characters there that you can play. Um, but yeah, there's like a nursery room with sleeping babies and a fucking legless monster walking around that you have to hide from. There are worms. I don't do worms. Actually, they're slugs.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Yeah, that's
Worms,
I will
even
forgive you
worse,
that.
actually.
That's a very like a big difference, and we have to be correct about these things. Um,
Yeah.
the creature that you mentioned is called janitor, which I found out in the walkthrough
Janitor.
because I janitor, yeah,
Janitor or janitor.
janitor. Like, what's the difference between what you just said?
You're s- you're saying I don't know if you're saying like Jennifer, but like
No,
janitor.
no,
Like
like the
janitor.
janitor, like a worker that works in.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it. Yeah, and the part that uh, I think it was the part that made me cry a little bit was where I had to sneak around him and he was taking the babies, the
Oh
little kids, and he was wrapping them in some I don't know what it was, and then just hanging them around like
my
a white
God.
clothy thing. And then I tried to sneak past him and he tried to fall and he followed me into another room and I tried to hide and he caught me every time and he has like this creepy long arms with creepy long fingers.
Yeah.
It was
And
genuinely terrifying.
he left his legs just hanging over a bucket in one scene. Like, not like physically, but like you walk past hanging legs and you have to assume that they're his.
But I think he has legs. Like he has some tiny legs.
Oh.
That's what I saw when he was chasing me for a very long time.
What if
I
he's
think it's just
what if
other people because then I was in another room and I was climbing up like cabinet and in the front in my scream that's where I really gasped because I was like climbing at the back of the screen and in the front of it like another leg popped up. So I think it's just like people killing themselves because the place is so terrifying.
yeah, but I have a theory.
Yeah.
He cut off his own leg so he could take one of the baby's legs.
Maybe he keeps throwing shoes everywhere, like the kids' shoes. So
He has
maybe
no use.
there is something with the legs. I'm sure I'm gonna figure it out once I play a little bit more. I'm genuinely I feel like I'm just at the beginning because I've been playing like 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there
Mhm.
because it
Yeah,
just
I'm not very far in either.
yeah.
Um, did you ever watch The Grudge?
I don't think so.
It's not at all the same, but like, you know how Japanese horror films are just kind of on another level weird?
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of vibe that it gives
Mm.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like it's very vibey. Like the atmosphere is there very well. It's creepy and it is fun. You just
Yeah.
have to have the stomach for it sometimes.
You
Or
have
like
it's kind of like a bit puzzly, like you have to
yeah.
find out how to get between like through each room and stuff like that. And oh, and also there's gnomes that you can hook. They
Yes, I love the gnomes.
provide some relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And the graphics are really great.
it is. And the third one is coming out next year, and I'm already excited about it. Even though I
Mhm.
still didn't finish the first one. But like it's really good game. If you're not a scaredy cat, I recommend it. Or even if
Yeah,
you are, it's
yeah,
fun. It's fun.
yeah. I'm just waiting for the right mood to hit me. I think I'll enjoy it more in spooky season,
Yeah, I
October.
think I'm gonna keep the second one. We'll see how the first one's long. It might take me a
Yeah.
minute with the
Yeah.
way I'm playing it, but we'll see. And another thing we're playing together is Fortnite. We got a new game mode called Reload, which
Thank
there are no
God.
cars.
We didn't talk about this yet.
Oh, we didn't, did we?
We didn't talk about this. Last season, we got the best season ever. We had
Mhm,
Greek gods and goddesses.
mhm,
We could fight Zeus. We could have lightning bolts. And
mhm.
Hades was all there growling and looking hot. It
Yeah,
was for the gays. They did it for the gays, and I
they did.
appreciate it immensely. But they must have got some pushback or something because this season is for the dude bros. All
Uh-huh.
you get are cars.
Yeah,
There's
it's like Mad Max vibe, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I'm sure some people, I just don't think it's not even what Fortnite is. Like, it's such a long way from what Fortnite started as. It would be fine if, like, there was just a few cars now and then. But as soon as the person gets the best car, which you get by fighting one of the bosses, they're gonna be the winner because their car lasts longer and is faster and has more like damage. So it's just stupid. Like there's no way of winning.
The minute you don't have a car, you lost. Like the
Yeah.
guns are basically useless because you're just driving all over another car, basically.
Mm.
It's not fun for me. I can't shoot people, I can't give them headshots.
I know. I
It's
just love
horribly,
shooting.
horribly sad.
It just doesn't even feel like a battle royale anymore. It feels like if Grand Theft Auto
Mm.
was, I don't know, on crack. I don't know.
Battle Royale with GTA.
Yeah. It's just if I wanted to play a driving game, I'd go and get a fucking driving game. Like there are plenty of free ones. I don't know. It's just not great. But they did save the day with the reload.
Blessed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And then there's new Disney update. And we got
Oh,
Mulan.
I haven't got her yet. I've only been on it once.
Oh yeah, I already got her and Mushu.
It was very funny because they do star paths every season, every time there's an update. And they take so much work. Like you have to fish like 15 bass and like you just get constant quests to earn rewards. And so when they announced it, people were like, I have a job, I can't do this anymore. And it was just really funny. And I also feel the same, like I'm too employed for this. I don't want to fish for bass.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
yeah, I managed to do it rather quickly because like I sit down to it for an entire day and I
yeah,
multitask. But it's hard thing. I have to keep all of the quests in my brain.
I
And then
know.
then you get like three quests that you're supposed to like finish the little daily quests. And that's another six quests that you have to keep in your brain constantly. And it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. And I hate fishing.
I know, I don't want to fish. I just think, do you know what? I loved Animal Crossing. It's a game that raised me.
Mm,
But there are too many games that require fishing now, and I don't want to fish anymore.
mm,
I don't want to. Stop
mm,
making me fish. I
mm.
don't want to pay for, I don't want to do work for other people. I don't want to. I don't want to commit to a capitalist society in my games. I don't want to work for Tom Nook or fucking what's his face, Scrooge McDuck. I don't want to do it anymore.
It's so funny because every time we get like a new update or something, we're so excited. And then the minute like I have to be the one to go and talk another character into joining my village, like, bitch, don't be here alone. Come live with your fucking friends. Okay, so that's my word. All right. And then they're like, okay, build me the house first. I'm like, what? Excuse of fucking me.
With
And then
my
fucking
hard-earned
and
star
she
coin.
yeah. And then Minnie wants like what was it like 400 stones to build the clock tower? It was unhinged, like insane amount of material that she wanted to finish her quest.
Yeah.
And I'm just not built for that, but yet I am here still slaving up
I
for them.
know.
They started
Complete.
giving us gifts though, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, as they fucking should. They're living
Yeah,
here rent free.
I
It's
know. I know.
I'm so
I
mad
deserve
about it.
I know. I deserve to be and you know what? At least like Moana fishes the fish.
Yeah,
Except
yeah.
it doesn't count for the events, which is stupid. And Wally is there like with his little garden. So there's that.
They could never ruin Wally for me. I've never even watched Wally, but he's a little darling.
He's a precious little robot box, isn't he?
He is.
With his little flowers and boots and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the fucking beast, an arrogant prince who was cursed by a hag for being an arrogant prince, gives us flowers.
Yes. And he's
So
he's so like the opposite of confident. He's such a gloomy goose the entire time. Have you noticed? He's like, I don't know if people wants to be friends with me. What if they're afraid of me? And I'm like, oh, baby.
he's just a little baby.
He is a little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard fucking work. If you're employed, don't download Disney Starlight Valley because you can't have a full-time job and do that.
Yeah. You
It's-
enter with work and you go to work.
yeah, that's what it is. I'm so bitter. So people should be giving me stuff, not the other way around. And they're like, "Oh, this part of the valley looks really shit. You should go get the materials to make new things and then put them there."
Yeah. Yeah. And Scrooge McDuck, like, he's the one doing it all the fucking time. And
Yeah.
now the Jack the Skeleton. No, Jack Skellington.
Oh, the dog.
I forgot his name. Anyway, now he wants me to put like 7 pieces of furniture into Glade of Trust.
Oh man, there's no room for all these
I
furnitures.
know. I have to start like moving away the trees. It's happening.
Yeah,
I'm acidifying the village.
fucking deforestation.
Yeah.
All about climate change.
Mm-hmm. Because of a skeleton. Again.
Hard
Yeah,
work. They're
it's
all
wild, right?
they make me not like the Disney characters anymore.
Get it. But at the same time,
And
every time I play it, I want to watch everything.
yeah. Also, they gave us supposedly they gave us Oswald the rabbit. We haven't fucking seen any sign of him.
And it's
Where
been
is
like 3 months.
he? Yeah.
We still didn't find him.
Oh,
The thing is,
man.
I'm still like, I still want to see if I can do it on my own. I don't want to help from the internet. But at some point, I know I'll get upset and search it.
I do want to know, but I have so many quests already that I'm just
Yeah.
leaving it done.
Yeah.
I'm sick of getting more quests.
Yeah.
Eve wants me to go on a fucking treasure hunt in the Rift of Time part. I don't want to do it. It's so much work. I like doing quests that you can do as you're doing other things.
Mm, yeah.
Plus, I have a thing where I have to go and check the valley, all the whole valley once over, and now there's too many places to check. I
Yeah,
can't do my
imagine
days round anymore.
when you get like the next extensions.
Oh my God. I haven't even been to the Rift of Time Valley in ages because the moon thingy quests are always set in the normal valley.
I don't I don't know.
Moonstone.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, some of them are doable in the village too,
They are, but
but yeah, the
the fifth
characters
is
mostly are from the village and stuff. Maybe let's perhaps say what just happened. Oh, the last thing we talked about was Disney, and then we started a new Zoom call to record, except we didn't record anything. So I had to take off my shirt because I'm really fucking hot. I'm here in my bra. I apologize. It's 30 fucking degrees. I guess that's what to blame. But I swear I pushed the button. I always push the big red button. I don't think this is fair.
I don't have anything to add. I have nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we've been doing this for 2 years, we said it. So I guess
Yeah.
congratulations for this not happening more often is needed. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's never happened with a guest.
Yeah.
But it's a very we were already struggling to get through this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So this might be a little quick for y'all, not for us. Let's
We've
get
already
into
said
it.
it once to absolutely no one but each other.
Yeah.
We've, we've just been essentially telling each other about the organized event we planned together. Nobody else saw, nobody else witnessed it. Um,
Oh my God. Yeah. So let's get into it, shall we?
okay, again.
Okay, I'll take it for a minute. It's still fresh in my brain, and I opened up my phone just because, yeah. So we started this event, Sword, Suffix, and Scribbles. Most of you already took part in Camp
Sapphic.
Sapphic in April, and now in July, which it's already 3rd of July now that this episode goes out, we started Camp Pride. What is it, you might ask? I will give you an answer. Someone else who's not Rachel. It's a month-long writing event
Um,
designed to support writers as they chase their individual goals. We have a whole page on the website, and so this sentence might be familiar because I just read it from the sentence from the website. This is doing really great.
but a little backstory.
Yeah, go on.
It came out that on NaNoWriMo there was moderators in the forums grooming minors.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously everybody's been trying to take a step back from that website now. And if you don't know, NaNoWriMo is National Writing Month. It's the main organization um where people try to write an entire novel in November. We're not doing that. We're not doing entire novels. We thought writing is hard enough.
Yeah.
First of all, it needs to be in a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
I said first of all twice.
That's a lot of things, a lot of first things to be said. Who's counting? Hey, look, they know that like we're podcasters. You're a writer. I'm a marketing specialist. We're not good in math. We didn't go to these careers because we're good in math. Come the fuck on.
And C.
Yeah. First of all, see. Go on.
Where was I?
Let's see.
And second of all, it's actually really fucking hard to write a book, and it's supposed to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to do it with support, motivation, and good fun. You can set any word count,
Mm-hmm.
word count goal
Yes.
that you wish.
Yes.
You don't have to meet it.
No.
If you whether you do or not, you'll be getting badges.
Yes.
Ivy's made some lovely badges and a sash.
Mm-hmm. So you can
And
put the badges on it. It's very fun.
yeah. And there will be a certificate at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if you complete it or not. You can still have the certificate. I'll give it to you. I'm that kind.
Yeah. And as I said in the first version of this, so I'm gonna repeat it to someone else that's not Rachel now. The badges, you can get them. It's an honor system. And I'm not gonna hack your laptop. I'm not gonna barge into your home to see if you truly did what you were supposed to gain the badge. But we try to figure out badges that would be not just for like the word count or like finishing stuff. So everybody, no matter when you start or how much you'll do, I'm sure like you should be able to get some.
Yeah.
They're very fun badges.
I mean, if you're a plotter or a pantser,
Yeah.
you've already
Oh
got
yeah.
one.
Yeah. We have one for early for people who started on the first day. So
Mhm.
if you're starting from the first or like the first week, let's say.
Yeah.
There's one when you're writing late in the night, which is
Mhm.
one that I the name of the badge makes me very happy because anyway, you can laugh all on your own when you open it.
And I'm sure they will.
Yeah. Feel free to send me laughing emojis. I will happily, gladly accept them. All
Yeah.
of it, everything is on our website.
Mhm.
On our website in the menu, you'll find Scribbles. Camp Pride is part of it. You can find badges there. You can find links to our Discord, which you can join, and to our social media. We started new social media aside from our podcast for Scribbles, specifically for every month that we're doing this, because we're gonna be doing this also in October and in January and another April and another July until we'll be completely fucking done or dead. We'll see which one comes first. On Instagram, you can find us on sorts and suffix, say
Underscore.
underscore scribbles, and on Twitter we're as ss underscore scribbles.
Yeah.
No,
You
yeah,
will probably get the most out of it on Discord
yeah.
because we do writing sprints.
Mm.
You can set up your own sprint. You can wait till
Mm.
somebody else sets up a sprint. It can be any interval that you like, but it's good fun to do
Yeah.
because you get a set amount of time to
Mhm.
write a certain amount of words, and whoever wins wins, and
Yeah.
it's good fun. And it's
Either
also good.
way, for example, for me as a person with ADHD, it's very helpful because it forces me to stay focused because I know I have this specific amount of time that I have to do it because
Yeah.
someone else is doing it, so I have to too, you know.
Mhm.
Sort
Yeah.
of like that other two eyes watching you do work.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it also gives you the opportunity to take more breaks than you might have
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
as a procrastinator, I will just write like a paragraph and then stare into space for 5 minutes.
Mm,
Whereas with this, I know I need to write for 20 minutes and then I can take a break and then
yeah.
we can go again.
Yeah.
And there are people from all time zones in our Discord as
Mhm.
well. So if you're like, oh, nobody will be awake when I'm writing, maybe you're wrong. Maybe there will be.
Yeah. And people are awake late at night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they'll get the badge.
Yes. Exactly. See what you did there?
But if you're not in our server as well, I have made some template graphics for you to introduce your work in progress, to keep up with your word count each week. And we will be also posting writing prompts. So for every day of the month in July, you will get a prompt and you can answer it, and it will encourage you to think about your characters, about your story, about your setting in ways that you might not have before. And if nothing else, it's just really fun to talk about it with your
Yeah.
friends.
You can show everyone. If you tag us, we will share it also. So it
Yeah.
might give you a little bit of boost. And yeah, it's always fun to talk about the stuff you do, isn't it?
It is. I love it. I love hearing about what everybody's working on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really mixing what we said just now and 30 minutes ago.
Honestly, I think we're saying it better this time, but that's
I
because we're done.
know. Yeah, that's because we're done. Yeah, it comes easier, doesn't it? And because we've done it already.
Yeah. So, what helps you to write? Oh, well, I know that you're not writing this month, but
Yeah.
like if you were, how would you be preparing and what helps you to get in that mindset?
Um, okay, so first things first, I have to have a playlist ready. I usually listen to a lot of instrumental music and a lot of soundtracks, and to be fair, like usually what I write, I get the inspiration from some movie or show or book.
Yeah.
So the
Game
music is, huh?
or game.
Or game, yes. So the music for me is really already out there, and I just put it into my own playlist and put a little picture on it, and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have to do the Pinterest board. I d- am very, you know what? I realized that I struggle building a character from a scratch, like visually wise. I always have to use some actor every
Yeah.
single time. I'm fan casting my own thing.
Yeah. I do the same thing. I find it hard to visualize.
Yeah.
I can do it fine with settings, but like with people,
Yeah. No.
I have a hard time thinking of a unique face.
Yes. So I always have to find the correct actor to fit what I want.
Yeah.
And once that's done, I perhaps close everything and never return to it. Or I start writing. That's also the way I do things. Yeah. Perhaps the thing is, like, how I start to think about a story or anything, I start with like one specific scene or like one specific moment. So I usually want to like at least write down what I want in it to remember it because that I always build upon on that little
Yeah.
moment.
So you don't have an outline.
Nope. Nope. I can't stick to it. I can't even think that far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same, like one scene will come to me and
Mm-hmm.
from that I know that I wanna kind of build on it and
Mm-hmm.
write more. I never used to have an outline because writing was just mostly for fun. But when I started work and I found it a lot easier to know what the fuck I was gonna write before I
Mm.
sat down to write it. Otherwise, I just wouldn't finish projects on time.
Yeah.
But my characters don't listen to the outline anyways. And I saw people on Twitter like, oh, does your characters really, do you really think your characters have free will? And I'm like, no, bitch, I know it's coming from my brain, but it still feels like the characters are running the ship because it, the decision comes out of nowhere. It's not
Yeah.
like a conscious thing that I decide. It's something that I realize.
It happens to me like when I'm doing some conversations, like when I write and I want to get to a certain point, I realize like halfway through of me trying to get the characters to that point, usually when they have conversation, something like pops into my brain. I'm like, this is good. And then I realize that I'm going completely different way than I intended. And
Yeah.
it really, yeah. But that's the best thing, isn't it? Because then the flow usually like it just flows.
Yeah, it's like a little epiphany and
Yeah,
something
yeah, that's what
that's
it is.
in your chest, like you've been waiting for like a missing piece. And
Yes.
it's great. And I don't care if it sounds stupid that when you say your characters decide things for you.
Yeah, it
I
does.
do think when they're like living things in your head,
Mm,
it's okay to pretend they're real and like
yeah,
talk as though they're real because in a way they are. Even
yeah,
if they're
yeah.
part of you, like it still feels like they're themselves as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have beef with people on Twitter right now about that.
Yeah, something new and different.
Yeah. Well as I also do the playlists and the Pinterest boards. I love the playlists.
Are you listening to the play? You don't listen to music when you write, do
No, because I can get distracted easily. I can manage with instrumental, but it really depends on like how noisy my brain is because I've
you?
got constant brain chatter anyway, so I need to be
Mm.
able to focus. But when there are words in the songs,
Yeah.
no. So I'll listen to a few songs from the playlist before I start writing and
Mhm.
like if I'm taking breaks between. And also while I'm planning it as well and making the little aesthetics and things.
So interesting, isn't it? Like you say that you get so easily distracted even when you're listening to the instrumental. While to me, like that turns off, like I have to have it on so I don't get easily distracted.
Yeah.
Brains are
Yeah.
fascinating.
I know it is. Because if I was doing anything else
Mm.
that required that much focus, I probably would be terrible at it. But writing for me is not ever something I mean, it's a lot of fucking work and a lot of discipline. But
Yeah.
once I'm in it, I'm in it. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the autism helps with that. Like there's this thing called autistic inertia where you struggle to get started, but you also struggle to stop.
Mm,
I find that a lot with writing.
yeah.
It never feels like enough at the end of the day, even if I've written like 5,000 words. I'm like, oh, I should be writing more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now, from my side, I have to witness that every day throughout the work week. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one thing we don't discuss though. Like if being an author is part of your work, like there's never
Mm.
a right way to do it and never a set amount of words that will give you success. So
Yeah.
it whereas if in like a normal job you do the things that you're supposed to do, then
Mm-hmm.
you go home and
Yeah.
you turn it off. But it's never really finished with as a writer. The work's never
Yeah,
finished.
no, for the day. I guess the best way, like if you're the type of person who just can't stop when you're in the middle of a project, I think like the best way to go is to like take a longer breaks between the project if you can. Because
Yeah.
otherwise I can't see how, I mean, I can't see how it is when it ends up bad, right? I can see
Mm-hmm.
how it ends when you don't take the breaks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know her. That's fine. It's different, Rachel.
Not
But
Rachel B.
no, 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 no. It's Rachel C. You don't know her, I'll tell you.
Okay, good.
Um, but yeah, I guess it is difficult. I don't know. Like to me, when I was on my between jobs and I was writing a lot, I was writing until again like 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. But to me, like that was the best option because
Mhm.
I I'm not the type of person who like gets to sit down every day and write. Like I even if I had the time, I don't think my brain would have it in me
Yeah.
because I know like how difficult it is to write when I don't have that sort of like
Hmm.
that thing on the day. So I always try to get the most out of it when I am in the flow.
Yeah, it makes
So it
sense.
comes and goes in waves, as one of the singers said.
It
And
comes and goes
comes
in
in waves.
waves.
It always does. Anyways, yeah. So and I'm comfortable with that, like I'm
Yeah,
okay with it.
yeah. I mean that's the point of camp, right? It's
Yeah.
supposed to be about it not being a chore, it being a
Yeah.
hobby. And which is especially hard to do when you're working with words all day and
Mm,
then you've set a goal to sit down at night and do the same thing.
yeah.
Which is why I never set myself hard goals. Like I'll say I want to do this.
Yeah.
Um, but if it doesn't happen, I know that it's just because it won't. Because I know myself as a writer as
Mm,
well, and I know that my books have always come when I've needed them to. So if they're
yeah.
not coming, then I'm good with that.
Yeah. And you can't force it. Like it's very difficult because like there is this like need and want to have it finished and have it done and have it out there and like you can see the end, but you just it's a struggle to get to it.
Hmm.
And it's a difficult moment to be sort of like gentle with yourself and being okay with yourself or not being able to do it on the day. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the best course of action is to set up instead of like word goals, just hours or like the time that you will give to it and not only in the writing, but also like the planning or doing your mood boards or doing your playlists. Like that counts still as working towards your project.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, it should be a goal just to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to write that day and you promised yourself you would, break your promises. Like,
Yeah.
it's it's not like anything you write when you're in a terrible mood is going to be worth it anyways,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Like, the best writing comes when you want to write and you're
Yeah.
passionate about writing. And I guess that's what we're trying to foster here.
Yes.
This conversation we didn't even have in the first fucking
I
record.
know, but to be fair, we had like three other conversations that no one will ever hear to listen to. I mean, anyway.
And on that note, are you writing anything this July?
Yeah, yeah, no. No, I wanted to and I still want to, but I'm really exhausted. I'm exhausted, and I'm doing a lot of copywriting for work today, like these days. And that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
And while I would love to write about something else than doors and coffee and recruitment, I don't have it in me. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna be writing about cleaning.
Woo!
I know, I'm going wild. I took my days off so I can do more work.
Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Look,
By
I
the
don't.
way, having a friend who doesn't take care of herself is really fucking frustrating, but that's
Is it?
also.
Is it, Rachel?
Huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I did take a week off from one of my work clients thingies. And the next day I got a call that there is a new project that's gonna be very quick. It's gonna take only a week or two. They need a very like quick help. And I was like, fancy that. I have a week off. I have time for that. Don't take it. To be fair, and I'm saying it again, it's gonna be so much less stress than it. So
Yes.
I'm already like working towards
But the
something.
goal was to not have any fucking stress. You didn't include the biggest context, which was that you wasn't doing well at all last weekend. And I
Yeah.
sat there with her on FaceTime asking her what would be best for her and how to help her. And we was like, you need to take a break. And what does she fucking do? My therapy talents are fucking wasted in this place, man.
Yeah, look, I'm not proud of it. At the
You
same
shouldn't
time,
be.
at the same time, we've discussed it in the last hour that no one will listen to. We live in a capitalistic society. And sadly, I don't have to pay stuff only on Disney.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's
aware.
really difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult life, this one.
Yes, it fucking is. But if you take time off for a rest, then fucking rest. Don't take on another fucking job. It's different if you say you can't afford to take time off, but don't take fucking time off and then get another job. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is.
I have nothing left.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left. Ian Beale said.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also struggling with work because
Mm.
I booked time off and then edits never come back on time, and I have other gigs that I said I'd do, and time off just doesn't exist. And I've also realized, which is really frustrating, that as an artistic person, you just don't actually get peace anyway. Even if I had nothing to do with my time, my brain would be chattering away at me like a fucking twat.
Anywho, where were we? Will you be
Uh,
participating this month?
yeah, my goal for Camp Suffolk was to finish my Autumn Leaves work in progress. My goal for Camp July, Camp Pride, is to finish my Autumn Leaves work in progress. My goal for Camp Sword in October will be to finish my Autumn Leaves work in progress.
Why are you saying it like you already like you're annoyed of repeating yourself or something?
Yeah, because it was funny the first time, but I think I lost the charm the second time.
Kind of. Yeah. Well, at least like if look, if your only goal this month is to open your work in progress and just look at it, wonderful, you did a great job.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I just want to be able to write when I want to write. Having it as
Mm.
a job as well is hard, but I also don't want another job. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to complain too much, but at the same time, I really fucking miss like being able to write my own stuff.
Mm.
And I really loved working on an IP because
Hmm.
it was a steamy romance, and I got a lot of creative control with it as well. But I have so many ideas in my head.
I
So
get
many.
it. I
This
get
one I've been working on for nearly a year now. And
it.
it's the longest I've taken since I got into writing professionally. It's the longest I've taken to finish a book, which is ridiculous because it should
Really?
take, yeah. I wrote Honeymoon for One in like a month.
Yeah.
And obviously it needed a lot of edits, but like the first draft.
Mm.
Summer at the Scottish Castle took like 4, 5 months, if that.
And how Highland Baby?
I started that in like the new year and finished it in like April, May.
Okay. But to be fair, like Autumn Leaves, I forgot the rest, is is the longest yet, isn't it? Like
It
so
is. I'm
far.
on 95K and
Yeah.
I reckon I've got at least 20K left, if not
Yeah.
30.
And
Um,
your projects usually are around 100?
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
first draft
maybe
isn't, at
900.
least,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah. I just don't remember writing 95K of it now because it was so long since I last touched it. Like, I
Yeah,
genuinely don't know where those words came from. I don't remember writing that many.
I get it.
I don't remember ever actively working hard to write that fucking book.
Yeah.
I don't know where the time's gone. I'm so confused.
But that's a good thing.
It
Like
is
at
a
least like you've done so much work already and you're like it's there. Like, basically just got it for free
yeah,
now.
but where did it come from?
A
I
pass,
was
Rachel?
Yeah, I did have a time when I was writing like every Friday, what wasn't
That's
I?
true, yeah.
I just don't fucking remember writing that many. But
Mm.
like I said, I did start it like nearly a year ago now because I was having trouble with my zombie work in progress, which I also wanted to go back to. And I think that's when I started writing this.
Mm.
Oh, and I was also having trouble writing a Christmas sapphic rom-com. I went through a weird phase last year. Nothing was working out for me, and then this was there. So I feel like I have to honor it by finishing it at some point. But it's
Well,
really hard.
I know.
But we
But
will.
at least you know what? I think it's a nice and good thing to like when you're working, so you can set up work aside and go back to at least like that one passion project.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
because
that's what it was. That was the purpose of it to begin with.
yeah.
But writing just was really fucking hard last year for me. After I finished the Highland Baby and I like faced some rejection, and I'm just this was like my way of going back to what I wanted to write and
Mm-hmm.
trying to think about what publishers wanted or what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm also not putting my pressure on myself. Like Claire and I have discussed querying it, but if it doesn't work, then I'm happy to self-publish it as well.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody reads it, then nobody fucking reads it. Like,
I will read it. It will take me ages, but I will get to it at some point.
yeah.
Also,
But
I
yeah.
found another gray hair here. You see
Oh
it.
yeah.
And
I do.
he's the one from before. No, that's not. I'm sure there are a few. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. And I would say
Mm-hmm.
we will reward you for good work and not good work
Yeah.
and no work.
Yeah.
You should also reward yourself. We
Yes.
was talking about how we love a good treat.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that you can do to make the writing not feel like a chore,
Yeah.
whether it's having like a little chocolate bar next to you so that you can eat it when you finish writing,
Yeah.
or really
Yeah.
a
Look,
nice
it's
little candle.
important to snack and important to stay hydrated, especially during this fucking heat.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's not too bad. It's actually quite cool here today.
Good. Good for you. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Very
Well,
happy for you.
it's my mom's 50th on Wednesday, and we're supposed to be having a barbecue, but it might be like just inside barbecue. It might just be meat.
Is it because it's gonna be so cold that you don't want to be outside, is what you're saying to me?
It might be a bit rainy. Yeah. We
Mhm.
can deal with
Yeah,
cold. We're British, but
yeah, I'm feeling for you.
look, I've done my time.
Yeah, the 2 days you mean?
Excuse me, it was nearly a fucking week, so fuck you.
Apologies.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what?
The level of disrespect. I nearly
Yeah.
killed myself during that heat wave.
Yeah, and I'm about to because I have 30 degrees. And
Yeah,
the
well,
thing is, look, I feel for you and all your British countrymen. I will, however, still stand on the fact that I suffer more and longer.
yeah, you do, absolutely, but it doesn't make my suffering any easier.
No, no. It's just difficult to put like, do you understand? No, I'm not
No,
saying full
fucking no.
sentences. Yeah, it's it's difficult for me to not grasp, to fully. I don't know where I'm going this either.
Empathize because
Yeah,
you're a
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the perfect.
monster is what you are.
Basically.
Let me tell you something about the British heat.
Okay, go on.
Nobody prepared us for it.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to. We are equal to, like, if you carried on going north, you would be in fucking Iceland. It's not supposed to be that hot here. We're
It's
in
not
the
supposed
north.
to be hot anywhere. I don't think so. Yeah, it's just not good.
Our houses are built to keep in the heat, and they don't do a good job of it, but they do fucking in summer. Also, I'm autistic, and the summer is oppressive and horrible to live in.
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck you, man.
Okay. Until next time.
Support women's rights.
But most importantly, support women's wrongs. And I see someone is not feeling that statement today.
Not when it's towards me.
It's not towards you. Your weather.
I would empathize with you about every fucking thing.
Feel like when you're suffering, I feel that. It's like it's my own.
No.
Okay. Is there any unless?
I'm feeling very Nick Miller in a flannel and the turtle. The turtle face.
Turtle face. Oh. Okay.
Now there's nothing else. End this torment.
So no unless.
Support women's wrongs unless she doesn't empathize with your fucking pain.
Do on the day I do. I do.
Even a fucking Texan tweeted about how awful British summers are because it's not just the heat, it's the humidity.
I know, I get
No
that.
air.
I do get that.
I don't think you do.
I do. We shall see you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile. Thank you for listening to Swords and Sapphics. You can enjoy a new episode every Wednesday.
While waiting, you can visit our website, swordsandsapphics.com, and find lots of articles, interviews, and guest pieces.
Feel free to contact us with any requests, questions, or inquiries through a form on our website or directly to our email, swordsandsapphicspodcast@gmail.com.